am not alive.
That happens.
That does
I like
happen.
sea otters.
Dude, sea otters are pretty cool.
They are.
I like it when you those videos of like people handing stuff to sea otters and they just hold it in their little hands.
It is pretty awesome.
It's very simplistic, but it has meaning to it.
Kind of
has a-
unrelated, but that one video of a seal just spinning in a circle.
What about that seal going egg? I love that video. Dude, seals are awesome. They're just so fat and amazing.
Why don't we just go back to being animals?
Return to monkey.
Return to monkey.
I would just be awesome being a chimp.
What, civilization, cell phones? What are you talking about? It's 3 p.m. Time to eat bugs.
Okay, if you could be anything besides human, what would you be?
Oh god.
This is an important question.
Maybe an orca.
I'd be a big buffalo and I'd be killed by a Native American.
I'd probably be one of like those stupid lap dogs, like a bulldog or something. Fucking ram my head into the wall.
Be like one of those like old like English royal family dogs. That'd be cool.
A corgi?
No. I don't mean a specific breed. Just like how, like you see like old photos from the 1800s of like, oh, here's King Dixalot and his dog.
Yeah, his dog, that's just about as inbred as he is.
Dude, inbreeding, man.
Who doesn't like it?
Who doesn't? Any Southerners in the chat?
Can we get a shout out to our southern brethren and their sister wives?
How's come people don't make fun of like a lot of like? How's come that's more of like a Southern U.S. stereotype and not a European thing?
I don't know why that became a southern thing instead of a European thing. I mean, the Europeans basically normalized it
Yeah.
for like hundreds of years.
I mean, in a perfect world, it should be both.
Yeah.
Like,
Global movement.
yeah. We don't discriminate against here. You fuck your sister. Everyone does. You know.
We also will do that.
Mm-hmm. Wait, our own or the viewers?
Yes.
Okay. I mean that works too, I guess. So how are you gentlemen doing tonight? We were rambling a bit there. You know, do your intros, introduce who you are to the lovely audience, even though they probably already know who you are, but still do it anyway, just in case someone clicks on this video randomly.
It's me, Dan.
Yeah, it's a Dan fan.
Dan.
Yeah.
I'm John or Alex.
You figure out which one's the truth and which one's fake. If you get it wrong, you will be tasered.
Yeah, find out my real name.
Now, I'm John or Alex. You got to figure out who's who. If you get it right, you get 3 Tootsie Rolls.
Get it wrong and you get tasered again. Listen, we have a taser. We gotta do something with it.
We paid so much for it. We used so much of the budget for this podcast in it. Like, we have to use it somehow, please.
Yeah, our budget was like 30 cents and we spent like $50 on it.
We have a dollar store taser. It will go out like after one use, but hey, we still have it.
It's kind of short circuit and fucking fry you.
Dude, I like the idea of a dollar store selling tasers. That's like the most American thing I can think of, and I love it. That sounds like a bit like on something like, oh, things you wouldn't want to buy at the dollar store.
Whose line is it anyway?
Well, whose line is it anyway? But I'm trying to think of what was that Chris Hansen show on Comedy Central?
I don't know.
At midnight, that's what it was. Yeah, it was kind of like that, and it was a bunch of comedians, and it'd be funny, and that show got canceled. Or they just stopped. I don't know which one. Something happened.
Here we
to
go.
it. It ended.
Well, it's funny, so it's completely unrelated to what's going on here.
That's true. That is
We're here to talk serious business.
serious business only. We
Yes.
are never funny. Strict gaming news. We're true gamers at
Yes.
heart.
Pure gamers.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I seriously, people won't know this, but there was a podcast a couple weeks ago where we're all like half asleep doing it. I had to edit out so much of just dead silence from it. It was ridiculous. because like it was just someone would talk, and there was like a stretch there for 5 minutes where literally all three of us were just going, yeah. It was funny. My nose itches. Ow.
Sounds accurate.
Sounds accurate.
Anyways, I'm curious, what the hell is going on with Bethesda?
Microsoft bought them for $7.5 billion.
Yeah,
More than they bought Minecraft.
You bought Minecraft, Zach.
Like-
Dan. I'm sorry.
what else
like
is going
Minecraft.
on though?
All you
Is there,
white
like, any-
people. Let me see here.
they like doing anything with it, or is it like we own this now?
I think it's just.
I think they just own it now.
Yeah. I think the implication is they're probably going to just do shit with the next generation, but they haven't like officially announced anything, which is kind of disappointing because I'm like, I want some spicy stuff like straight off the bat. Like, give me something to look forward to with this whole stuff. But I mean, that works too, I guess.
Because so far it's apparently been so uneventful, I haven't even heard of it.
I mean, yeah.
What happened like today?
Oh, really? Was it just today?
I mean, I only heard about it today, so I'm assuming it was today.
I mean, the article says here September 22nd, September 22nd, today at 6:58 a.m.
I was gonna
Yeah, so
say
today.
Austin, that's today.
Yeah,
Dating the video.
yeah. Whoa, dude, that's kind of... Whoa, you're dating a video? Oh my god,
Yeah.
What are you, like, Japanese or something?
Yep.
Okay, before we're gonna get back to the whole Bethesda thing, but if you could, would you get one of those, like, Japanese holographic wife things? Like, how desperate would you have to be before you get one of those?
I think it's the correct question is how woke do you need to be? Like how much do you need to have ascended before
Okay.
you can accept one of those?
Because you guys are weebs, you're more in touch. Is it, like, a cool thing over there?
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
lame as fuck.
Okay. I mean...
It's as lame as you think it is.
Okay, because I don't understand the whole Japanese thing. Like,
It's possibly even worse than it sounds.
oh my god. Because I know if, like, in here, it would just be like, oh my god, that's so disgusting. But is it still on the same level? Because I think they're on a
It's
different
like-
level.
Super disappointing. More than disgusting. Like the disgust is kind of halved, but the disappointment is so much greater.
My favorite thing about, like, Japanese dating is that once you hit 30, you're basically unusable.
If you're a woman.
If you're a woman, I should have specified that.
It sounds like I'm being sexist, but I'm just being accurate.
No, yeah, that's not like a sexist thing. It's not like we're not doing a joke there. That's actually a thing.
That wasn't a joke. That's just serious.
That's just
And
the actual
it's actually
culture.
25, I think.
Is it? Oh my god, I thought it was 30. It's only 25?
Yeah, I think it's lower.
Oh my god, that's terrible. Thank god we're not Japanese women.
Yeah, the Japanese have like a huge stigma against.
Is that why, like, the whole
Older women.
stereotype of, like, Japanese women would just go with, like, anyone?
That's why they often try to date foreigners because they're not aware of the
Oh.
stigma.
So is that, like, the whole, like, having a Japanese girl? Oh my god, this is all coming together.
Yeah, I guess foreigners come in and they're stupid. They speak broken Japanese, and it's like, cool.
Foreigners are all stupid and dumb and gay, mostly dumb and gay, dumb foreigners.
That's because Japanese is hard to understand.
Yeah, because
Its sentence structure is basically backwards from English.
yeah, because I remember hearing about that, like, going from, like, Japanese to English or English to Japanese is, like, impossible in some ways.
Yeah, it's very hard. I know from
I
experience.
applaud. I'll say this. I applaud Japanese people when, like, they have, like, even if they're not, if you have broken English, it's like, hey, learning a new language, especially from that, is like, hey, try your best, you know?
And they can speak their broken English at me, and I'll speak some broken Japanese at them.
Yeah. In some
Have a
ways,
good old time.
And neither of us will understand the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of cool to me, like, whenever they have gaming stuff and, like, a Japanese person comes on there speaking broken English, it kind of has, like, a charm to it, you know? Like, hey,
Yeah.
you're trying, but you're also Japanese, so I'm gonna have to bomb you because I'm American and I love
Mhm.
America.
It's just unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I find it charming when you see videos of like Japanese YouTubers or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they're talking English because they have some English viewers, and it's just terrible. And I love it.
Yeah. My favorite thing is I watch, like, you see, like, Japanese videos and you're like, I wish I was tall like white people.
I love how casually racist they are.
I'm not. Yeah, it's like Oh, I thought you were gonna say how racist I was being there. I was about to defend myself. I immediately went on defense there.
Austin, do we have a talk or something?
No.
I see the word racist. Why are you suddenly thinking yourself?
But it is funny how they do that, where it's like, oh, the white people. Like, I would hate, like, if I went to Japan, it would be horrible for me. Because it'd just be like a tall white guy with funny afro.
Well, because you're so tall.
Yeah.
You wouldn't fit through any of the doors either.
No.
And everyone would stare at you. But I think people just don't realize, like, if people over here in the West, like, rant and rave about, like, social justice and anti-racism, they've clearly never been to a different country.
People, okay.
Duh.
Something that always perplexed me about, like, the whole, I'll say this as someone who's, like, has a lot of Eastern European family. Holy shit. It is so amazing how, like, terrible they are. But, that's my good point there. But my second point is how, like, xenophobic Japanese people are. And people are like, oh my god, Japanese culture was like, hey, you know, there's some cool stuff, but it's like, you do realize, like, how, like, racist they could be.
Yeah. The Japanese term for foreigner is actually used as an insult.
I do say it does amuse me, like me going to a Japanese airport and someone shouting, "Get out of here, white pig!" That would be funny.
I mean, it's not that bad, but it's just like...
Yeah. It's just like...
It's just like you have a hard time finding a job.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, you know, casual, more so, like, they just don't understand. It's ignorance, it's fine. And, you know...
Big, scary white man.
Big, scary white man coming to fuck your Japanese wife.
As someone who likes anime, I always like it when it's like, oh, that character's super tall, and everyone's like wondering how tall he is. And then they convert the centimeters to inches, and he's like 5'7".
My favorite thing in anime is whenever they do Americans and they're like, "I want a fucking cheeseburger" and stuff like that.
Don't you?
Yeah, it's like they're just cursing and loud. I'm like, that's so amazing.
They're also usually blonde.
Like the Yukio, what's the Yukio guy?
The Yukio guy. I can never remember his name, but I know exactly what you're talking about. He's got the American flag bandana.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
is
my
it a sleeveless jacket or a leather jacket? I can't
a leather
remember.
jacket. I think it's a sleeveless jacket, but it's like that's my I love that when it's just so over the top portrayal. It's just
like
well.
It's like the only version of Americans they know are like 4th of July version Americans.
My favorite thing about Japan is how they view Canadians. It's just like it's even worse than Americans. They view them like as less Americans. Like they're just like they're Americans but worse. And I'm just like, that's so funny to me.
It's lesser America.
Yeah, they're just like I remember seeing something. It was like a meme where it's like Japanese people. I'm not American. I eat maple syrup all day or something like that. Hold on, I'm gonna find this.
I wasn't aware of this because usually in anime, they're either from like France, London, or America. No other countries exist.
It's true.
It says here, yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Kate Wood. This is some BC Bud, one of my country's biggest export. I'm from Canada. It's not America. I have a big maple leaf flag on my bag. I pour maple syrup on everything. Thank you.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
God. This may be like... Never mind. I shouldn't.
What? We're appreciating other nations' culture.
Yeah. Why is there a picture?
We're not poking jokes at them. This is just what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I look at it, and it's like all the American characters are super loud assholes who swear all the time and speak broken Japanese, and they're all blonde.
It's funny. I wish I could be an anime character. I can't even say that with a straight face.
Oh, I want to be animal.
What other culture can we talk shit about?
Okay, I'm gonna bring this up because I just reminded of it by doing a stereotypical Japanese accent.
How terrible the French are.
Yes, this French. Oh, stop surrendering. Throw a spine.
Yeah.
Anyways, people think it's like a racist joke when you try to sound Japanese. You start adding like a whole bunch of U's and whatnot to your words. As somebody who's studied Japanese now, That's just how their language is structured.
You know what's funny?
Like when a Japanese person speaks broken English, they speak it using Japanese characters, which
Mhm.
have those added sounds in them. It's just part of their language. So
It
basically what I'm saying is just shut up.
But basically, what I'm saying is, guys, I'm not racist. Please, I can say the N word, right? If they
I'm
can
not-
say it, why can't
yeah.
I? But
The Japanese can say it, so why can't I say the N-word?
Japanese people can say the N word. Why can't I? My favorite thing about Katie's grandparents is because they're from Japan. Is they are literally like the most stereotypical Japanese people. Like the whole or China. Oh my god. This sounds so bad. I can't remember if they're Japanese or Chinese. I
They're
can't.
Japanese, Austin.
I'm sorry. Never mind. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Well, Austin, they have a daughter. They're Japanese.
Oh, that's true. Ooh, China.
Ooh, who are now being targeted by Chinese. What are they? I don't even know what they're called.
Fascism.
Like whatever their secret police, whatever thing's
the
called.
CCP or whatever.
Yeah, they're targeting us now.
Yeah. Dude, I just thought, who's that YouTuber that just Bart Baker, who just basically got famous in China, is just doing Chinese propaganda. I watched a thing on him, and it was just he's like, man, I love China, you're all cool, and then he turned off the camera, and he's the most miserable person on the planet.
Well, he's shilling for an authoritarian nation that would probably replace him if they could.
Yeah, that's true. Man,
That reminds me. Speaking of authoritarian China, have you seen that commercial from China where it's it's for laundry detergent or something?
oh, is it the black?
They put the black guy in the washing machine. He comes out Chinese. Holy shit, dude!
That that is. I remember seeing that a couple years ago.
These people complaining about racism in America. God damn it, turn around!
Yeah,
You can't see what's right in front of you.
yeah. China's Asian people are fascinating, aren't they?
Well, it's more so it's other cultures.
Mm-hmm.
I'm certain if I wanted to learn a lot about surrendering, I could study France.
I don't know. It might be just because I know more about European shit, but it's it just seems Asian people are just more out there to me.
They're weirder.
They're weirder.
Just in general.
They invented
You don't see-
gunpowder.
They did. Chinese. It's a rule of thumb. If you're saying who invented this, it's either Da Vinci or the Chinese. You're gonna be right a lot of the time. Oh my god! Why is my toenail coming off?
That's
Gross.
unfortunate.
Yeah. But what were you saying?
People are gonna
Alex?
think we're super racist because we're talking about this.
Think. Well, we're not. We're just having conversation, guys.
I straight up said that I thought that Asian cultures were weirder.
I think it's interesting just to cover, because I think people misinterpret kind of what we're saying with that.
Yeah, it sounds very bad.
Guys,
I don't mean strange in a bad way. I mean strange as in different.
yeah, intriguing almost.
Yeah,
you're
before
fast.
you people out there automatically assume different means bad. No,
Mhm.
it doesn't.
No, it's just it's different. I think to be honest, to me, when I find stuff in different cultures, it's just oh, that's interesting. Good thing to know. Oh. Oh my god. What were we talking about before Chinese people?
Bethesda.
Okay, so then I got a big topic question. What would you want to come out of this deal, and what do you expect to happen?
I don't know what I'd want from. What I expect to happen is that
Reshilling?
other than that, they're just gonna become an exclusive thing.
Yeah. I mean, the optimistic part of me says, oh, there's gonna be this cool new shit coming out, even though it'll be exclusive, but the realistic part of me says it's probably just gonna be exclusive stuff, just re-releasing.
Yeah, it's not gonna be anything new, not gonna be anything cool. It's just gonna be either sequels to games that aren't very interesting, or re-releases that are now exclusive.
And it's just kind of, yeah, it's just
Mhm.
gonna be nothingness. And then Disney's gonna buy everything, and we're all gonna.
And then Disney's gonna buy Microsoft.
That would be a turn, wouldn't it?
Dude. Yes.
I can't wait for Disney to buy the copyright to my name.
I can't wait till Disney buys us. That'd be funny. I'm gonna say this though, like when we were first starting up, we had an opportunity to sign up with like a partner channel, which was, I mean, through like it wasn't like directly owned, but it was like through a bunch of other companies owned by Disney.
So you're saying you blew our one chance at being owned by Disney?
I mean, yes, but now looking back at what happened, thank God we didn't take it because it would have been worse.
Yeah, I mean, we're not popular anyways, but I don't want to sign up for any of that garbage.
No. Because I remember, well, here's the thing. I remember back in the day when we first started, the whole thing was like Machinima was still a thing. And it was like, oh, that's what you want to join. And this was like in 2010 and 2011. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
Machinima's the big thing. That's what you want. And it's like how the tables have turned completely with that.
Yeah, like everyone was like, "Oh, you gotta sign up for these partnerships. You gotta,
Mhm.
because they'll help you like protect you and get your word out there." But then they just like started stealing people's money, not doing anything, and
And then went bankrupt.
yeah, that's like almost all of them.
Didn't Machinima try like before they whole like went under? Didn't they try like a rebrand almost or something? Or am I just thinking of something else?
Doesn't really matter.
I mean, that's true.
It sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of content creators I found through Machinima, and it's like,
Yeah, it's just kind of sad how like it was once like it was a legit thing.
it's also kind of
Like,
sad
all-
because you hear them talk about it. It's like, oh yeah, I had like this, they were like legitimately fucking me over constantly. It's like, oh,
It's like it used to be this like a large collection of creators who all came together
mm-hmm.
and we're all like cross promoting each other, and you
Yeah.
could see like all their work in this like one place and find people, but
You know,
the greedy people in the business just ruined everything.
mm. Oh yeah, because that was the whole thing too. Is like they get bought up by like new management, and that completely fucked them over.
Yep.
Which, I mean, that happens to so many companies when you have something good. People that don't understand what makes it good come in and then ruin it.
Yeah.
That has happened so many fucking times, and I know no one cares, but that I could literally go on. I could make an entire podcast about WCW with that.
It just makes me like sad. Like, why can't we just have nice things and not always care about money? Like, why does everyone always just care about money, man?
I don't know.
This is why we need to return to Monkey.
That's why we need to return to Monkey. No money, only Monkey.
No monkey, only fling shit.
That's it. I'm running for president in 2420, and that's my slogan. No money, only Monkey.
What would you do if you woke up tomorrow and you were just a chimp at a zoo?
Dude, that'd be so fucking sick. I start throwing my shit everywhere.
I
Have a
would,
grand old time.
I would literally, my first thought was, I just have an excuse to throw my shit at people. Because
Nice.
like, what are they gonna do? Like, oh, just silly chimp. Like,
Silly chimp having a ball.
God.
Like, honestly, man, I probably sound like a 1980 hippie when I say this, but people caring about money just ruins so much of everything.
This might be a little bit boomer of me, but I felt like for a lot of content creation, it's just people cared more back in the day.
There was more heart to it.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's just like people making clickbait content for children to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just want to have a nice stream and play Pikmin with my friends.
I'll say this: the problem is too. It sucks for me because like I'm doing a bit more clickbaity shit like on titles, and it's like I hate to do it, but it's like what else? There's nothing else to do. I would just love to say here's a Pikmin video, and it just does well, and people do that. But it's like it kind of forces you to do this shit, and it feels undermining a bit. But like we're never gonna be like full clickbait, like eating ass on camera, like gone wrong, like that type of shit. But it's like, you know, you got to play the algorithm just a tiny bit and try to get people's eyes on the screen.
I don't really care if they're on the screen. I just want to have fun and talk about the games I like with my friends.
Yeah, it's like, and I said this, I have to say this is my, one time a podcast. We have our community, we have each other, but not in a gay way, unless you want it to be that way.
Oh yeah.
But like, we just have this own little corner of the internet. I'm fine with what we have.
Yep.
Like, honestly, I just want to use the whole, like, we're streaming thing as an excuse to make you guys look at games that I like that you probably wouldn't.
That's also what this. That's probably why a lot of this YouTube channel started. Also, I just want to grill for God's sake,
I want to buy me a George Foreman.
dude. I can.
Grilling is fun.
Dude, I can honestly, like, in 20 years when I'm a dad, I'm absolutely gonna get like a grill and a smoker and just spend all my free time like doing that in the backyard. I can't wait. That's gonna be my dad arc, and then when I hit about 45, 50, I'm gonna get a motorcycle and start riding it, and then get in a serious car crash, and that's how I'm gonna die.
So you're a motorcycle type of dad and not a sports car.
Mm-hmm. I definitely get a motorcycle.
Because those
Awesome.
are the two
What-
types of dad.
Ooh, it's a very like. It's
What are
like
you going
when-
to say, Dan?
I was gonna say, Austin, what if you get a grill with attached to your motorcycle so you can do both at the same time?
Oh, don't get my hopes up, Dan.
Why not?
Because actually, no, because by this is like 20 years from now, that could be a thing.
It could be.
I mean,
At that point, the motorcycle's going to drive itself.
that's
It's true. So you can focus on grilling.
Yeah, might as well have a grill and a beer while you're there.
I just love that my ancestors fought, like, survived day by day, wondering, just fighting for the greater good, so I could ride on a motorcycle and grill at the same time.
My ancestors fought valiantly to come here to America, so I can watch anime.
I just think of my Serbian dad trying to escape a war-torn civil war country, one of the literally most bloody like conflicts in human history, just so I could get a motorcycle and grill.
Here's the question: would our ancestors like look down on our peaceful, wasteful lifestyles, or would they be like, "Yeah, that's what I fought for right there"?
I think they'd just
This
be
fat fuck.
they would just be confused, like, what the hell is this? Like, what do you mean you don't have to go out on the farm? What do you mean you don't have slaves? Like, what is this?
Everything like radically changed over the course of
did.
like 10 years.
Dude, it's like, yeah, it's so funny how like little progress we made, and then it was like we hit the 20th century. It's like, whoa, hold on. It was just like how much progress we made.
Because the problem is, we discovered how to make computers essentially more mobile and more accessible to everyone.
I'm gonna say this. I was thinking about this the other day. When people say like, "Oh, is the internet good or bad?" It's a good thing, but the problem is we accelerated way too quickly before we figured out what it was. Because
That's the problem with humanity. We're always so busy moving forward. We never stop to look ahead.
Because the thing is, people kind of figure out the internet in like the past 10 years or so, like truly figured out. But the problem is at that point you already had an entire generation raised on it. Like
Yeah, like
you're
2007, 2013 was like the lawless era of the internet.
oh yeah. That's the
Then after that, it started getting more.
and people understood like
Same.
oh here we go. Yeah, kids these days don't never understand the power of meat spin
Dude, meatspin.com.
and live leak and rickrolling. That's the one thing I hate about everything now. It's like when I put a message-
Rickrolling's still a thing.
But I mean, like, you can't really rickroll because remember, like on Skype and stuff, where you could post a link and it wouldn't preview it. But now, like on Discord, like I post a link and people know what it is, so you can't really like troll as easy as you could.
Yeah, people get around it by putting like fake thumbnails and titles.
I mean, I was gonna say that too. There is like playlist where it's like, oh, rickroll thing, and like the whole what's that video of like that animal rolling in the mud and it's like a door knock to trick you. It's
What?
oh my god, it's a what's that animal starts with a P, not armadillo.
What?
Never mind.
Armadillo doesn't start with a P.
No, I said never. Oh my god, what is it called? Never mind. Fuck.
Panda?
Pangolin?
Yeah, that Alex. It's like a video of
Oh.
that, and it's just like, oh, look at this cute little animal, and then it's like someone edited in a door knock, so it's like the person would be like, oh, someone's knocking on my door. Oh wait, no, debated.
I had something happen like that once where I was watching a video, but the knock was actually like it was I forget what game it was, but it was like a part of the game. I wasn't really paying attention. I was doing something else, and I heard the fucking knock, and I turned to my door.
The most embarrassed I've ever felt was I was like sitting home alone, and I was like I went on like I was like 13 or something like that, and I was just like, okay, I'll just go browse Reddit, and it was Uber Haxor Nova's Reddit, and someone was like, guys, I found this old picture of him, like you won't believe what he looked like, and it was like a Jeff the Killer Scream pitcher, like one of those old things they don't really do anymore. And I remember screaming at the top of my lungs, and it was like the most high-pitched girly scream. And then I just yelled, "You jerk!" And I never felt more embarrassed in my life.
I mean, that's like sort of evolved. There's like because of like video editing and a whole bunch of new software and whatnot, people have made some crazy videos.
Dude,
That
I just miss the whole era when you could create shit like that, because you can't troll people as easy as you could back in the day.
you just gotta get creative with it.
Yeah.
You just take their water and you put it somewhere else.
But it's like, if you, for example, like YouTube channels that would do like characters, but you couldn't tell if it was like a real person or not. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they still haven't figured out our channel.
That's true. Like,
Again, because we're all Austin.
yes. See, people, that's the thing. People interpret that as like a joke, that we're doing a bit, but they don't realize we're actually telling the truth there.
Yeah, that's just real.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real talk.
Real talk. Real cock.
And
Damn.
I've like realized something like just now.
What?
Like, I don't think I've learned any new slang this year. And I think it's a sign that my sort of time as the hip generation is ending.
Dude, you know what, the first time I felt like that was fidget spinners.
Yeah.
When those started coming out, I was just like, I was kind of getting on the edge where I'm like, I don't understand this. And I'm like, oh my god, we're not the kids anymore that are doing the hip things.
Yeah, it's not someone else is doing the weird, stupid thing.
Yeah. I mean, like, there were still people in our age thing, but it was like, it was just kind of, a weird transition. Like, hey
There was
guys.
so many more people
Yeah.
in the years below us.
I just remember, and it's like, hey kids, you remember silly bands? And they'll be like, shut up, Dad, you're gay. I'm like, oh.
I
That's
do remember
us.
silly bands.
Or
Yeah.
that was us. That was our generation. Fucking silly bands.
Dude, I'm not even joking. I have like a big container of silly bands that I bought. Still.
What are you gonna do with them?
I don't know. It's just like Beanie Babies, where it's like it was this big thing, and then it's like everyone bought them, and it's like, oh, now what?
I mean, you can sell Beanie Babies for a lot of money these days on the internet.
Austin, you can wear them, and people around our age feel like, oh yeah, silly bands, and everyone else will be like, what the fuck are you wearing?
Yeah. I got a question. Is it still like? Remember how the goth kids would wear like a shit ton of like bands on their wrist and stuff? Is that still a thing?
Are goths still alive?
I feel like we had this conversation before.
I don't exactly know many goth people.
Me either.
I'm probably the most goth person I know.
Yeah.
And that's only because I like exclusively wear gray and black.
The most goth music because I listen to a lot of I used to, and I still kind of do listen to a lot of that music.
I grew up on that music.
Yeah.
Like 90s and early 2000s goth and emo music.
What was your favorite? Did you like Hawthorne Heights?
Oh no, I didn't know what it was. It was what my dad listened to in the car.
Oh. I feel like it is funny too, because like my music taste is probably from my mom, because she was like, oh, like Jimi Hendrix, Bob Dylan, Nirvana. You get that shit from your parents,
No, I didn't.
Yep.
I did. I also from Madden. Like a lot of Madden games, because they had a bunch of like rap songs and stuff in that, and like grunge and a lot of music like that. So that's very much so shaped my.
Both of my parents listened to metal, and I listened to video game OSTs.
Dude, metal is like awesome. It's like the best thing ever.
Metal is pretty great because it's just nonsense. Whatever you want, just put it in there and it works.
It
Like,
is true.
in any other genre of music, you have to like care and try about what the genre means, and put like the standard stuff behind your song. But in like metal, it's just like, I want to sing about our Lord Jesus Christ while screaming.
My favorite thing about metal is when metal songs that are specifically just made so people can show how like fast they can play their guitar. No other reason for it, and you can just tell. But it's still cool because obviously, like, damn, you can play that guitar really fast.
there's a genre of metal songs essentially just I want to scream really loudly.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just you appreciate it, you know.
You feel it in your soul. Like it sounds stupid, but man, those songs are like fun to sing along to, where you just start screaming constantly.
You know what's funny too, because you think about that. You think like, and metal concerts are just at least in my experience are more like, oh fuck, ah fuck, I dropped something. I dropped my heart.
Expectations?
I mean, that's kind of how they are.
Well, it's like you go to like a metal concert and it'll be like you just do like a mosh pit, and then you'll be like, "Wow, that was very nice, sir. See you at the next metal concert."
Yes, thank you for beating me up for 30 minutes.
It's like, wow.
See you next time.
Yeah, it's just like it's just the culture, man.
Because it seems like all dark and depressing and like as like Christian people would say evil, but it's just a bunch of stupid people having fun with edgy music.
Yeah. It's just like, a bunch of guys, and it's just how, just want to scream a bit. Let the anger out.
And I like that metal people like try to project that image.
My favorite thing too is like
just with how like they name things. Like look up metal song names. They're so good.
Yeah. Well, wasn't there like, who's the metal band where it was like a guy who was like, I have skulls in my basement or something like that?
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of them, but there's a whole bunch of like super ridiculous, dark, edgy names, and it's great.
Oh yeah, here it is. Because a metal band leader found with 80 firearms and 3 skulls in his home, and he has, and 2 of the songs are, "I have guns in my house for murder. My home is full of skulls."
You shouldn't be laughing about it. It's just funny.
My favorite also thing is when you see people like that heavy metal look, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I listen to ABBA and the Spice Girls." It's amazing.
No, dude, that is me.
It's amazing.
Like when you see me with like my headphones in and like my natural glare on my face, I'm probably listening to something stupid.
I'm gonna say
Megalovania on kazoo.
I will say that a lot of times, like, because a lot of things that one of the things is a lot of times I would be listening to music and Michael would be right by me, and so I'd obviously put on like, oh, here's some metal music, but then as soon as Mike would leave, I just put on like Spice Girls, Britney Spears, and sometimes I, because you just like that, pop music. Sometimes it's fun.
It might just be the part of me that grew up with like my metal family, but I love projecting a super dark image of what I like, and then just actually liking really soft light things. Because it makes people think like you're so edgy and look at that guy. I find it funny.
I am edgy.
The contradiction is amusing.
I am edgy. You know what my favorite type of cringe is? You see those like videos where it's like, my heart bleeds and stuff like that. It's like some emo guy and he's just like, my heart bleeds. No one understands me.
All right, I don't like cringe, but I will say that like dark emo cringe is the best variety.
It is just the gift that keeps on giving. See, I'm like, the opposite. I love
like 13 to 16-year-olds who think they're super cool and like listen to My Chemical Romance. Like that kind of edge.
I hate that because that could describe like me in middle school knowing like half the people I knew at that point. And they're just like, My Chemical Romance is so deep in the meaning, you just don't understand, Dad.
You can't understand me. I'm complex and I have issues.
It's funny that like you can be like that, and then you grow up like a couple years later, and you're like, "What the fuck was wrong with me?" It's just being a teenager, You got that teenage edge. You're edging. Oh no, I shouldn't say. I shouldn't say that.
I'm constantly edging.
Yeah, as a teenager, I shouldn't say that.
What I find kind of miraculous is I don't think I've changed a whole lot since my teenage years.
I don't think you have either. Have I?
I don't know. I guess I think we're less cringe.
Yeah, we're less cringe. Like the dark jokes stopped coming out, but other than that, I don't think I've changed a whole lot.
Yeah, because it's just like, oh, well, yeah. I see. I
Dan
actually.
hasn't changed a whole lot, although you've become a lot less desperate ever since you've sort of settled down.
That's because when Dan was a teenager, he acted like a 45-year-old man. So it's just like there's not much to change there.
Yeah, he's now progressed to like a 35-year-old man.
Yeah. I will say, I mean this, Dan, you're my friend, but the funniest thing in the world was watching you just trying so hard to get a date with a girl and failing, like falling flat in your face. It was amusing.
Oh.
I mean, okay, I can say that now because you're in a position now where you actually are succeeding, okay?
Yeah.
I don't mean that to be mean. It's just,
Think about it this way: you're still both doing better than I am.
yeah. I mean, depending upon how you look at it.
Well, if you look at it from like any normal sense,
Hmm.
I just stick to myself.
Also, you were wrong about your prediction on the first podcast.
What?
About the first podcast, you saying with me and her that I would fuck up.
Oh, well, there's still time.
I've been, listen.
There's
With-
always time, Austin.
No. That's what I'm saying. It's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna fuck up.
It's gonna happen.
You're a liar. You're a filthy fucking liar.
One of these days, you're gonna jizz through your jorts, and that'll be the end of you.
What a fucking. Oh,
So, Austin, what are our questions for tonight?
Oh, you want questions? You want bestions? You want some deckins? I have to hold on. You two talk. I have to go piss really badly, and then
All right.
I'll send the questions.
Apparently, talk was too much for him.
Yeah, that really gets him going. You should know better.
Yeah, you didn't talk to us earlier, but what made you get into the music you like, Dan?
You know, I mean, obviously I listen to a lot of Jimmy Buffett. I wear a lot of tropical shirts.
So
I definitely inherited that from my parents.
You're just like Hawaiian then? Just one Hawaiian in the middle of Pennsylvania?
Yep. You know, I have a tropical shirt for almost every major holiday.
I feel like everyone needs to know at least one person who would wear a tropical shirt to a serious event. Like there's always one.
And it's me.
Like you see that in comedy movies where it's like the jokey character wears a Hawaiian shirt to a not fitting event. I just used to see that. Is that still a thing?
I don't know.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Austin.
I got a random question. Have you ever
Yeah.
been taking a piss and it just goes on for so long it gets kind of annoying?
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm taking a piss and it's like twice as much as it should be.
It was yesterday morning. I was standing there and it felt like I was there for 10 minutes. I'm like, should I be concerned at this point for it's been going on for this long? Like, should I call a doctor? Dr. Pepper? But anyway, Alex, are you going to read out the questions? Of course you are. Here, I'll give you the link.
Yeah,
Here. 'Cause
I can read. I got a degree in reading.
oh my god, I sent it to, there.
I'm not even gonna ask who you sent it to.
There. I think I sent it to you.
Alright, I'm gonna presume that this CUM is an acronym, but it could be. Anyways, our first question is Chris from Cleveland.
Boo.
Twitter question.
Boo.
This may be something that isn't popular with the gang, but I'm interested in what you guys think about the possibility of IRL content. I'm fully aware it is kind of dead on Twitch and with the whole Rona, but I think it could be something interesting and different on the channel.
First off, I hate that voice you're doing, Alex. Secondly, I don't know, because IRL shit isn't really our thing too much. I mean,
We did IRL content for years.
we kind of did, but it's we're not going to go out there and be like Ice Poseidon, for Christ's sake. I mean, we could if they wanted, but I mean, we do in-person stuff. But I don't know if we'd ever.
Oh, does he mean IRL like vlogging?
Like, yeah, we go out to like a restaurant or in public. I think that's what they mean,
Oh.
at least.
So like those people who like record their lives and like, oh, this is us. You've seen us from the game videos. Here we are eating Borgar.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Okay.
If they mean, I don't know, please, whoever sent that, please specify. And if we were wrong, we'll answer it. But I think they mean, if they mean
Yeah,
like,
if it's vlogging, that is not incredibly likely.
I don't,
Unless for some reason we do accidentally end up being super popular. In which case it might happen.
maybe. Or if there's people that care. If we did like IRL, like showing our faces and stuff, it would be like more so behind the scenes type thing.
Yeah, I think it'd be like a once every couple months.
Yeah, or like outtakes, type thing. But I don't think like it'd be like us streaming us going out to a restaurant because that's just kind of.
Yeah, that's not
weird.
our thing.
What I was gonna say, kind of to piggyback off that too, because some people talk about webcam and stuff like that, like doing face cam. I don't know if we did like that stuff. I think that'd be more in person, and I'd get like a green screen and we sit on the couch and stuff like that. But I don't think like if we did the podcast, we're not gonna show up give our webcams because for one, like our webcams suck, probably.
I don't know why, but I thought you said webkins, not webcams.
We could do that too. We could do webcams. Bring that back.
When's our Webkins playthrough coming?
I actually, I have something I kind of want to do related to that. But okay. Anyway,
Related to Webkins.
just I'm putting it out there. Putting it out there, a little feeler. You know.
Put it out there. Just what?
You know.
But yeah, final verdict. Not likely.
Not likely.
Don't look forward to it.
Please.
Not coming.
I just want to say, Chris, please specify what you mean, though.
And we'll answer it next time, maybe.
Maybe. Or else we'll ignore you and block you on Twitter for asking such a stupid fucking question. How dare you!
Yes. Our second question, which is not a stupid question, is from Tyler.
Hey, Tyler.
I will confirm your beliefs as someone who is from Wisconsin. We have nothing but basically cheese and the Packers. You get used to it after a while, which is kind of nice in a weird way.
I don't remember us talking about Wisconsin, but okay.
Yeah, we did.
Did we? When?
Yeah. And he totally shit on it.
I don't. I mean, we shit
This
on.
occurred. I couldn't tell you when it occurred. I just know this did occur.
I mean, we shit on like everything at some point. So
yeah,
I'm not surprised we shit on Wisconsin. But thank you, Tyler. Or what was his name?
Tyler.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to also say interrupt you because I like interrupting people. My favorite thing is people that like put their like actual first, because we did the whole thing where like tell us what you want to be referred to in the question. There's like 3 schools of thought: your username, your actual first name, or something to troll us. And I love that.
I mean, any of the 3 is fine.
Any of the 3 is fine. I mean, we don't care what you put, just as long. Actually, there is someone that put the whole Nick. You know what to say the N-word thing. Someone put that as their name, but it's not in the list. I think it's just like says like no name available or something.
Yeah, obviously we're not gonna read like the entire script of the B movie.
Yeah. I mean, you can't put that in there, guys. That's way too long. That's another time for a podcast. But hey, you know.
All right, our next question is from Damian Johnson.
Okay, okay. I want to say something about him after this. Okay.
I mean, go ahead right now.
Okay, you know the whole like Amy Rose has AIDS follow thing? This is the motherfucker that's been doing that shit. Because I swear to God, I love you, dude, but he's been trolling us for years now at this point. Like, I swear everything...
It sounds good to me.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it, but like... People, like, you see emails like, oh, Austin's reptilian dong, or Amy Rose has AIDS. He's always the person that does it. That's why I like when people, bless you, when that whole Amy Rose has AIDS followed, I knew it was him.
It sounds like he needs a promotion.
He does need a promotion. Thank you for your service. I salute
Thank you for your service, sir.
Yeah.
He has a question.
Oh,
good. It contains the N-word.
Oh my God.
I gotta know that this is an important question for favorite guys on YouTube. What's your opinion on game difficulty? Do y'all typically play on easier or harder difficulties? And is it gay if you play on easier difficulties? I heard sometimes you play Sonic on easy for too long, you get AIDS.
Yep, there it is. I knew it. I'm like, this is too normal of a question. There's gonna be something in there.
Game difficulty. I mean, I like game difficulty, but not like bullshit difficulty. It has to be fair.
I hate. Okay, my thing is I always start off on easy, and then I'll typically put the difficulty up if I'm like, okay. I hate bullet sponge games where all the difficulty is they just take more bullets and stuff and take more damage. Fuck that. That's stupid. But it's like you actually make the game more difficult and you actually have to like time stuff better and do that. It's like, okay. But typically for me personally, I start off, my first playthrough would be like easy and normal. And if I give a shit enough about the game and I want to replay it, I'll do it at harder difficulty. Okay, what about you two?
I mostly play on like harder difficulties typically because I like if it's more fair. This could just be a me thing, but I don't like having a whole bunch of specific advantages over like the enemies. I just don't like it. That's why when it comes to a lot of games, like I don't use items or I don't do stuff like that because I just don't want to have that advantage to me.
It just depends.
I want it to be a fair fight.
It depends for me what game it is. Because if it's like just a game, I'm like, I just want to get through this. I don't give a shit. But I'll say this. You're more likely to make me play a game on difficulty if you give me achievement for beating it on that. It's just something in my little monkey brain that loves that. If it's like, oh, like Halo, I always play on Legendary because it's like, oh, if I beat this, I get an achievement.
I beat the entirety of Tales of Berseria on like the hardest difficulty without using items. Just because I don't like having advantage, even though the enemies were massively stronger than I was. I just didn't want to do that because it's cheap.
I love our different ways of autism. It's great. It's like our characters is you unlock your different modes and different paths. That's great. What about you, Dan?
I gotta say, I generally play on easier difficulties just because I find it more enjoyable for me personally.
Yeah.
Nah, so it's more about the fun.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on the person, really. And like for me, the big thing is, like I said, just what game it is.
I mean, I'm the one here who's put like 1,000 hours across the Dark Souls games.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say this: Dark Souls, I will say, is fun because it rewards you, like stuff like that, where it's like you get a sense of pride in playing and like learning shit like that. That's
it's fun when you're good at Dark Souls. Like on the stream the other day, when I just like was casually parrying the Black Knight and just fucking shit on him so hard.
I forget because Zach likes Dark Souls. He said something that's like, once you like understand what to do in Dark Souls, it just becomes like it's so replayable because all the different shit you can do. And,
Yep,
like,
exactly that.
Yeah, what's I don't know Dark Souls that well. What's the part that everybody hates in the first game?
Probably Ornstein and Smo.
I think that's
Or either that and Orlando or Blighttown.
Blighttown. That's what he was talking about, how much he hates Blighttown.
Because Blighttown runs like a PowerPoint. And Orlando just sucks because there's a lot of cheap ledges you fall off and die. And Ornstein and Smo sucks because you're just fighting two bosses at the same time.
I will say this, though. I can't play Dark Souls on stream or whatever because it's like I need to concentrate whenever like, and that's why typically we do more casual games because we like to bullshit with each other.
Yeah, you kind of need to pay a modicum of attention.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
That's enough of that rant.
Yeah, play what you want. Who cares?
Yeah, play the difficulty you want as long as you're having fun. It's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Next question from Jersey P832.
Thank you, Jersey.
Or Jersey P832. I don't know.
I don't know why I said thank you, but okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything that you guys believe will be coming out in the next few years that will be the future of gaming? If not, what do you think is the general future?
What?
Like future.
What do you think will be the future of gaming, Dan?
Yeah. What do you think is gonna be?
Like a recent future, like next couple of years.
Honestly,
I think VR is going in like a good direction.
I was gonna say, not virtual reality. I don't know if it's gonna be the future. I'm really interested to see how augmented reality, like how that turns out in the next couple years.
Well, because I see games like Boneworks and Half-Life Alyx, and I'm just like, these things are going somewhere.
Oh, Half-Life Alyx. Oh, that was just.
Like in the recent games where like you have. Like in Half-Life Alyx, you have your inventory like over your shoulder, and you reach back to grab like a new clip for your gun. And like there's like a mode where you can't see how many bullets you have
Yeah.
in the gun. So you have to remember how many bullets are in the gun.
I'll say this about virtual reality too. Like, because I remember when it first started out, how much better it's gotten. My voice is cracked. How much better it's gotten over the past couple years.
It's certainly gotten a lot better. I think if it keeps going the direction it is going, it won't be like the future for everyone, but it will be certainly like a strong option.
I think it's not gonna be like, oh my god, everyone has a virtual reality set, but I think there will be a point where it's fairly common. If you're like not just if you're into games, you probably would have one.
Like if you're a PC gamer,
yeah,
you probably would have one.
And I think even to the console market, like if you're somewhat not like hardcore, but just like somewhat into games, they will probably.
Yeah, Sony's been messing around with VR.
Yeah, but like I said with augmented reality, what would have happened to the HoloLens from Microsoft?
Wasn't that a gag?
No, I don't think. I thought that was like an actual thing at E3 where they were doing like augmented reality Minecraft.
I mean, they just came out with Minecraft VR on the PS something. And there is a Minecraft Pokemon Go-esque game on the phone.
Is there a Pokemon Go to the polls on the phone?
I have to state this like right now. Before VR becomes mainstream gaming, it's going to become mainstream for porn.
Dude.
I'm just putting that in there. That's just an insert.
I'm just going to say this. That's the main reason why I want a VR headset. I'm not even gonna
most
fucking lie.
Most people would be full of too much shame and embarrassment to say that. You're a brave man, and you're not wrong.
Yeah. It's not even so much that I'm like. It's just you just want to try it, just like see what it's like.
Yeah, I honestly I agree with you completely. I just want to know what it's like because it has to. Because like you can't see anything other than what the screen in front of you. It's got to be like super weird.
I know some people that use VR, and it's like some stuff like how it can really fuck with your mind, and I'm like, that's why I really want to try VR. It's like how realistic, like what's my experience going to be like?
I saw something. It was, I think it's like a Japanese gum company, and they created like a, I don't know if this is real or not, but it's like a robot VR headset that has an arm that comes down and like hands you a piece of the gum, and it's like a VR thing with like a girl handing you the gum.
Dude, I'm gonna say this: Japan's gonna come up with some fucked up VR porn.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be some shit in there.
Oh,
it's gonna be a fun deep dive in like 5 years.
That's my favorite thing. I'll say this about Japan: how unbelievably shameless they are with how they do porn. But it's so weird how they censor it. But like, it's like, hey, we're gonna have underage brother sister fucking, but you gotta blur that shit.
It's not underage in Japan. Never mind, some of it is.
Some of it is. It's very borderline. They
No, it's not even borderline, Austin. It's not even.
That's a good point. It's not even borderline. It's just straight up. But how do they get away with that? Like I don't
know.
Oh my god.
I'm not a doctor.
I don't. Is it just an Asian thing?
It must just have more lenient laws about it.
Because I mean, like we said about the 25-year-old thing, maybe that's just like our dumb monkey West brains don't understand.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. I don't get it.
If
none of us are Japanese, so we don't get it.
If you're Japanese, please comment, and then we'll use Google Translate.
Yes, please comment why you were fucking your sister.
Even if it's in English, perfect English, I'm gonna translate it into Japanese and then back to English.
Yes.
It's only fair.
Mm-hmm. Next question is from my boy, PieCake345.
Hey, Pie Cake.
Glad to see my boys back. Glad to see my boys back. Always miss seeing you guys, and hope to be back into the community and shitposting.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite cartoons growing up? Mine was always SpongeBob, an absolute banger of a show.
Oh wow, why'd you say banger? You're not British.
He's not?
No, he's from New Jersey, I think.
Right.
Banger's not just a British thing.
Oh, I thought it was like people say the absolute banger, world class.
No, it's kind of a Gen Z thing.
Oh, I don't get it. Oh, well, I mean, I know banger is referred to music, but not like.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I was growing up, it was always like SpongeBob, Danny Phantom, or like Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
I love the original Ben 10.
Original Ben 10, dude. I just want to say the original Ben 10 theme song is legitimately just a banger. Oh my god, that song.
And I liked original Ben 10. I watched original Ben 10.
It was just such a fun concept.
It was a really interesting concept. Do you guys remember the Ben 10 live action movie? Was that
Yes.
a thing? Okay, because I can't remember if that was like a fever dream or not.
I think they
I
did,
haven't
they did
heard
two
of
of
it.
those.
Yeah, it was like in 2010. And all I remember is one scene where they found a skeleton and just being really odd. But yeah, I think they did a live action movie. Yeah,
Yeah, they did two of them, Austin.
they did two of them?
Yeah, there was the one for the original Ben 10 and then one for Ben 10 Alien Force.
Was Alien Force the one where he had like a green jacket?
Yeah, he was a teenager.
Yeah, I didn't like that one as much.
Hmm.
Because
I never watched past the original.
Yeah, I watched Alien Force, but the only reason I watched it because I was like, oh, Ben 10, but there's part of me like in the back of my head where I'm like, this isn't the same. Ed, Edd and Eddie, I love. That was probably one of my favorites.
Oh, Ed, Edd and Eddie, yeah.
That was a good show.
I remember there was a funny joke where he was like, Ed was going to work and he just got into the car and the other Ed was like, Ed, you can't drive. And I remember laughing so hard as him like crashing into the garage.
You guys remember Kids Next Door?
Dude,
Yep.
I remember.
Codename Kids Next Door.
Yeah.
I remember. Well, first, who was the blonde one? The
Australian one?
Yeah, the Australian one, because that's the one.
Number 4.
Yeah, that was my favorite. He was my favorite. I remember. This is so weird. That's through that show I learned the term birthday suit.
Yeah.
Because they had the joke in there or something like that, and I didn't understand what that meant. But then I realized what it meant when I was older. I'm like, oh, okay. Also, there's so many good shows.
Yeah, just go on like 2000s, like Nicktoons and Cartoon Network, and that's basically what we watched.
Okay, first off, okay. There was three, obviously the three bigs were Disney, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. Where was your allegiance towards?
I was never really a Disney guy. I was a Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network guy.
I was Disney.
I agree.
For me, Disney was like I would turn on Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon and there was nothing on. So just like, okay, I'll default to Disney, or was with my sisters because they wanted to watch.
I think I was definitely more of a Cartoon Network guy than a Nickelodeon
Absolutely.
guy. I mostly stuck to Nickelodeon for SpongeBob.
Well, I'll say this. I was a Cartoon Network guy. I would a lot of times watch Cartoon Network, but if SpongeBob was on or like a Bang or Fairly Odd Parents was on, I gotta go to Nickelodeon.
You guys remember that weird phase Cartoon Network had where they had a bunch of live action shows?
Yes.
Yes.
What is it? Nickelodeon Guts.
Yeah. Oh my god! Do you guys remember the Cartoon Network game show period where they had like Destroy, Build, Destroy?
Yes, I remember that period distinctly because that's around when I stopped watching TV.
They had, what was that ghost show they had? I remember watching.
I don't remember what the ghost show. But do you remember the one with the roller coaster and you had to answer questions?
And I remember there was like one where they had to eat a funnel cake and the guy threw up. Oh, that. Okay, this is also a fever dream. Do you guys remember when Cartoon Network did like an alien invasion type thing?
No.
Oh, I remember that. That was awesome.
Dude, that was so weird because they started airing like realistic like alien invasion shit, and I remember like shitting my pants as like a 10-year-old. But then they were like, here they come, and they just showed up as cartoon aliens. I'm like, what? Like they started off
Yeah,
as
because they were in like all the different shows, and that's what I liked about old school Cartoon Network. It was all connected in a way.
And how they did the Blair Witch Scooby Doo thing. And then I remember that too.
Yeah, I think this was beyond me.
Oh, this was like I think 2009, 2008. I want to
Roughly.
say around.
Oh,
Because
I
I
probably
remember,
just don't remember it then.
I remember them airing like a thing. It was like a girl walking down the street, and she was like, "They abducted me. They did horrible things to me and my family." I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And then it was just like, "Here's these cartoon aliens." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, I probably just don't remember this. I don't have the best memory.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's true.
But oh man. Okay, then I got a question for you, Dan. When did you start falling out with like cartoons and stuff?
I don't think I did.
Oh, well, because
Yeah.
I would say for Cartoon Network, I started falling off when they like did the rebrand about like 2012 or so. Oh, first off, do you guys remember Misadventures of Flapjack?
Oh, that was a trip.
Yeah.
I never watched.
How did that ever get to be a kids show?
How did Courage get aired, for Christ's sake?
Okay, yeah, that was Nightmare Fuel.
Return the slab. Dude, that scared me. You know what scared me? Do you remember I don't remember the context, but it was like a bald dude, and his head was entirely white, and he was just in the basement. Like, that legitimately made me cry as a kid.
So much in that show is just nightmare fuel.
I feel like the entire thing, and this is probably true, was just like the writers was like, hey, let's just fuck with kids.
And they did.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Hollywood.
Okay,
Not
here's
the
a...
same.
I want to say something.
Okay.
I was right about Dan Snyder. I remember watching, like, I think it was iCarly or Victorious in 2010 or 11. I remember being like, this Dan Snyder guy, there's just something off about him. And when the entire shit came out about how terrible he was, I was proven right. My conspiracy theories were right.
Heard it here first, folks.
I can look in the future. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying, Dan?
I was going to ask if you guys remember the show Free Delivery. Was that Nick?
Oh, was
Tunes?
that Nicktoons? The, like, 3 delivery. And it was like those Asian characters. Were they Asian? Or am I just...
I think so, yeah.
Also, Nicktoons, you can't forget Jackie Chan cartoon.
Oh, Jackie. Wait, that was Jet X.
Was that? Oh.
Yeah.
Because I remember that Jackie! And
The Jackie Chan show was actually pretty good.
And American Dragon, Jake Long.
Yeah.
And what was the Kappa Mikey? I remember liking that. But
That's the show that got me into anime, I'll be honest.
It was such a... Apparently, it was a really cool concept, but apparently I heard it does not hold up at all.
Alright, speaking of shows that get into anime, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Dude.
Yeah.
That show was fucking legit.
It was.
I remember when that show
Like,
premiered.
real shit. Like, the other day, I saw... Everyone here has, like, completely watched the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, Voice. Like, that episode about Iroh, and he's singing the song...
Oh,
like,
don't remind me of that. Oh my god, that's so...
Old Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched a clip like from that the other day just randomly. I was browsing memes and like, holy shit, dude, it brought back emotions. I was like, oh no, don't do this to me.
I love...
I can't take this.
The most perfect thing about that show was how they balanced humor and seriousness. Like, it was perfect. They did it so... Also, I got a question. Everyone, what's the girl name that starts with a T?
Toph?
No, other one.
Ty Lee?
Ty Lee. I think, is it? Hold on, let me search this.
The acrobat one.
Yeah.
It's Ty Lee.
Because there's a big debate going on the internet. Ty Lee, or is it Azula? What's her name?
Is that a debate?
Yeah, people are like, which one are you more into? I see that online.
Well, I feel like Azula would kill me, but Ty Lee would...
Yeah, Azula's kind of insane.
Oh, yeah.
So clearly the correct choice.
I'm going to say, is it weird to me that that's hotter? Like, it's like, I remember seeing a post like, this is why my interest for toxic women appeared because of her. Because she's like, oh my god, you're a psycho bitch and you're going to kill me, but that's hot.
Dude, I'm not going to, like, spoil what happens to her, but, like the ending scene for her character, like, the last time you see her, like, dude, intense.
Like, I feel like, while Zuko definitely has one of the best redemption arcs, Azula has the best, like, slow burn to madness.
Okay, hold on. I'm making an executive decision right now. Next week's podcast, we should just talk about, like, old nostalgia cartoons, and we can just debate, like, different shit and talk about that. Because I could go on for hours about this shit.
Let's move on. We're on question 6.
We'll talk more next week.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Obamacare killed my cat. That's the question.
Thank you for your name.
I'm very glad for the name and channel change. I got banned in the old Twitch, so it's nice to be able to watch and do things once again. Is there anything surprising coming down the pipeline as far as future content? Also, Austin, please stop being a simp for Pokimane. It's kind of cringe.
I'm not a simp for Pokimane.
Just admit it, man.
I'm not
so much easier.
Okay, first off, I'm not a simp for Pokimane. 2, how did you get banned? Because I didn't ban, like, hardly anyone. Like, I didn't even ban people that use the N-word, for fuck's sake. So what the hell did you do to get banned? Please answer this. Because if you did something to be banned, I don't know what the fuck you had to do. because this was Outsiders Gaming, I assume.
That would have been.
Yeah, and we didn't ban anyone. So how the hell did you get banned? Oh,
You
was
probably
it?
banned him for something stupid.
Do you think Matt banned him?
That is very possible.
Because I no offense, Matt, if you're watching, but I remember him banning people for stupid reasons, and I probably just didn't forget to unban you.
Yeah, no offense to Matt, but he's just the most likely to ban
Yeah.
out of all of us. Because like Austin and I just don't care.
And then him hitting on a 13-year-old girl, but that's beside the point. Or is she 13 or something like that? Anyway, I might be making this shit up, but yeah, please, for the love of God, tell me how you get banned, because I'm really curious now.
I don't really think we have anything super special down the pipeline.
No, there's nothing, because we don't really have anything special planned. It's more so we kind of
Right now, it's just getting back into the rhythm of making content.
Yeah, getting back into the rhythm, making stuff, and then I think too, because people said are like us doing Pikmin and Left 4 Dead. We're not gonna do exclusively those two. I think in the future too, like we'll switch stuff out and have different stuff going on at different times. But right now it's just like getting back into the groove, getting a schedule, and then it's like okay, then we'll expand more and do more stuff and generate more unique content and stuff.
Yeah, because I think what should be happening is eventually, like, you go off on your own and stream, like, some stuff you want to do, and I'll stream stuff I want to do, and Dan can do his own thing.
Mm-hmm. And I think that could be cool. Like, certain nights you get this person, and we have different... Because, like, okay, spoiler alert, something that I'm thinking about doing with my personal channel is just turning it into wrestling content. Because... First off, when my channel was at its peak, I was getting a couple thousand views a video doing like wrestling news and wrestling videos and stuff like that. And that's something I do enjoy. And I think people have expressed interest in that. So I think that's what I'm going to do with the future of my personal channel.
I've had like a desire to stream on my own time.
Mm-hmm.
Like games I want to do. And clearly we have like a schedule now, but sometimes there's just like more stuff I want to do.
I will say too, because people, a lot of times it will be multiple people together doing it. I always liked having someone else there too, as like someone to bounce off of. Because then it's like it's harder when you're alone, because then you have to be like constantly. But when you have someone there, it's kind of easier to do it. But
yeah, but some of the stuff I want to do is like, I don't know why, but I'm really weak to like horror for some reason. But I'm really into horror games. Yes, I'm a whore.
I love horror games.
So like there's horror games I want to do, but I don't want it to be like haha jokesy. I want it to be like more serious, because it's like a game I want to play that has a lot of meaning to it and there's a lot of like depth. And I want to be able to go through and talk about it and have it be taken seriously.
I want to say this. I propose we do a lot of Japanese horror games from like the PS1 and PS2 eras. There is so much good stuff from that era.
Siren.
Is that the one with the girl? I think. Hold on.
Siren's the game series where you, like, the key feature is like you can look through the eyes of your enemy.
Oh.
That are like stalking you.
Oh yeah.
And it has a super obscure way to progress that's like impossible to figure out on your own. That's those games.
What game am I thinking of?
I do not know.
Hold on. Okay. You guys answer. Dan, talk about what you want to do while I figure this out.
Yeah, because Dan, you uploaded a video recently. What was it?
Oh, did you?
It was a Fall Guys video.
Oh yeah, Fall Guys. So you're gonna be doing like more content around gaming?
I think so. I'd like to. I'm just really bad at it.
Okay.
That's fine.
What was I gonna say? Never mind.
It's something about a Japanese horror game.
Yeah, but what the fuck was this game?
You gave me like no details, man. All I know is it has a girl in it.
It was a girl, and I think she had a twin sister or something like that. And
Deadly Premonition?
No. Well, Deadly Premonition is funny. Okay, before I figure this out, I want to say we would do more serious horror on our own type thing and more lore based. If we do horror together, it will be like stupid shit, like stuff that we can riff on. But like actual intriguing stuff we won't do. It was like a sister or something like that, and you had to take photographs or something.
Oh god,
Oh my god.
I'm probably thinking of some other game that involves cameras. Fatal Frame.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Fatal Frame. That's what I was thinking of. Because I
It's like
like
a whole bunch of Fatal Frame games.
I like Fatal Frame.
Yeah, because you have to take pictures of ghosts and you have to charge
Yeah.
up your camera by pointing it at them.
Another game that I said this before, but we really need to do Illbleed because that's a fun game. I don't know if you,
Illbleed. I've heard of that. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'll look it up
yeah,
here real
it's
quick.
like a Dreamcast game, and some of like the dialogue is really funny in that because it's like it's a bit over the top.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah,
I know, like, there's some horror games I want to do, like, more serious stuff, but I do want to show you guys Yume Nikki, because I've played through that.
Whoa, what'd you call me?
Oh,
What is it called?
Yume Nikki.
How do I spell that?
Yume.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's-
I-
yeah. Nikki.
Oh. I got a
'Cause it's-
question too. Okay.
Kinda, I'm going to finish my thought.
Yeah, you go finish and I'll ask a question.
Yeah, 'cause it's like one of, like, I don't know how to put this. Like, it's an introduction to more obscure games because it's
Mm.
so weird and surreal. And I think it's a real good starting point to sort of, like, see the sort of horror games I'm into.
Yeah. I like.
So I want to show you guys that, like, on stream, and then I'm going to do, because there's a couple fan games of that are actually, like, really good, and I want to do some of them.
Mm-hmm. I got, and this is people said about like Doki Doki Literature Club. Is that even worth it? Because it's kind of like
I've already played through Doki Doki Literature Club.
I feel like the whole thing is though everybody knows about it. Like at this point, you kind of know what the whole gist.
Even though I knew about it, it was still, like, kind of good.
It was
It
kind
is
of.
kind of disturbing.
It was. I would
It
say
would
that's
have
the.
been stronger if I hadn't seen it coming. But even though I did see it coming, it was still kind of like, whoa.
Yeah.
So maybe if you haven't played it, but you're not really like a visual novel guy.
I don't like visual novels, but that's like one of the few ones I played.
Oh, you've actually played it.
Yeah, I don't ask me why, because that's literally the antithesis of what I like, but I did.
Have you played it, Dan?
I've watched someone play it.
Nah, then we've basically all seen it.
Yeah.
So that isn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess we do have something that we're all thinking about, which is just horror games.
Oh,
For some reason.
actually, I got a suggestion. I
Yeah.
think for October we need to do a lot of scary games,
I mean, I could.
but we need to do like, we can do like I could find a lot of PS2 Dreamcast emulated games that we can play, because that could be interesting. Also, I want to go through every Resident Evil game at some point.
I guess during that I could show you Yume Nikki. It's kind of a horror game. It's not really a horror game. It kind of is.
I feel like I've heard this before.
Yume Nikki has a very famous obscure game, which is weird to say.
Mm.
Because I don't really want to do the fan games before I do Yume Nikki.
Mm. Oh, there's a really
But-
interesting. Okay, you
Hang
finish.
on. But there is a fan game of Yume Nikki that is very, very, like, horror. Like, it focuses on, like, the horror aspects that sort of game can bring to you, and, like, it's really good at that front, and that would be, like, perfect for October. It would be the perfect game.
Have you played? I think it's Blasphemous, the game. Have you played that?
No.
It's really weird and creepy, but it's good. Like it has such a style to it. I love it. Like it's very, very odd and has like weird shit in it, but it's good. Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
The only reason I heard it because I saw it on Oni Plays and I watched it. I'm like, oh, this is really interesting.
I'm actually playing a game now that has horror themes to it, but it's not complete. So, I mean, I could still do it. I just
Yeah.
don't think it'll be that interesting.
The only thing I will say we won't do is jump scare games, because that's just
Yeah,
that's
that's just
stupid.
stupid.
Because most of the time it doesn't work, and it does work. It's like, oh, okay.
Like, oh, I got scared by the loud noise and the thing jumped in my face. Oh,
Yeah. It's just like you're startled, and then right after, like, oh, okay. It's like it's not even entertaining. Like if we did horror, like we want something that's either because I don't think we really would get scared. It's just more so looking for something that's either interesting or just funny.
I mean, I would probably get scared
I don't think,
later. I wouldn't get scared on video. I get scared later.
dude. I was playing fucking Welcome to the Game in the middle of the night, and I legitimately had to turn it off, and I was just like sitting in the corner of my room, like scared out of my mind. I don't know what about that game it is, but it's just like that was one of the games that like legitimately freaked me the fuck out.
Every time I play a horror game, I become a worse person. I just get like super like paranoid for like weeks or months.
It depends. I feel like either I become really paranoid or just really interested. Like I want more of this. Where do I
The
find
problem is I'm already paranoid,
it?
so when I play a horror games, it just sets me off. But I still like it. They're so good.
I'll say this. This is really weird, but I am very paranoid in the sense like if there's a car going down the street, I'll just be like, "Who's that? Who's that? What do you want? Are you gonna come in to kill me or something like that?"
Yeah, I'm not paranoid in that sense. I'm paranoid in like the
Yeah.
like something's gonna go wrong sort of way.
And that's so like, do you ever have feelings of paranoia where it's like, there's no way this happens, but your brain is still like, but what if it does?
Yep.
That's the worst because it's like, what if just a demon spawned right in the middle of the night was standing over me? It's like that would never happen.
Exactly that. Like, oh, I'm taking a shower right now. You know, what if there was like a demon right outside that shower curtain just looking at you?
And it's like your brain's like, no, there isn't. But that, like you're like, no, there isn't. But your brain's like, no, no, no. What if there is?
What if it was there?
Yeah.
And what's terrible is one time my brain had that thought, and then my sister's stupid fucking dog opened up the shower door. Oh.
You know, oh my god, I this is stupid. There's a scarecrow out like standing outside, and it's been sitting out there for a couple days. Every time I walk past it, I had like a mini heart attack because I think there's just someone standing it like in my doorway with like a plaid shirt, and I'm just like, oh, it's just a scarecrow.
Oh, I could never do that. You have a scarecrow near your door?
Yeah, it's like because you know the entrance you guys come in like the breezeway door, then you go down the
Yeah.
stairs. It's standing right there, like where the door is. So if you're standing straight at the door you come that goes right downstairs, you're just staring straight at it.
Why?
I don't know. I wasn't the one that put it there, but it's
Are
just
you
like
trying to get a heart attack?
because how many times I go downstairs or I go through there like into my living room, and it's just like I'll just see them. It's like oh, it's just a scarecrow. And
We've been rambling on for a while.
But I just want to say too, right outside my window, I mean I'm pointing at it, but no one can see. There's a giant corn stalk, and sometimes when there's wind, it freaks me out because it's just like you can see just the top of it, and it shakes. And okay, yeah, just go on. I'm rambling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our next question is from Ivana Suck Dick.
Yeah, but what does the question say?
Yeah. The question says, what do you think is the best joke that another person in the group has made? Fuck you, Matt.
I like that. There was I don't know if it's the best one, but one that really made me laugh was when we did The Sims, and like one of our Sims character was getting naked with a girl in a in the hot tub, and Dan goes, "Why is she naked?" And I go, "Why do you think, Dan?" And he goes, "Because she's poor." Like that. It's
Wait,
like
what?
it's such a simple joke, but it made me laugh. I think it was in the first Sims episode, and I think someone, yeah.
There's only one Sims episode, Austin.
No, there was 4. I uploaded 4 episodes of that.
Huh.
My memory's so bad. I can't even.
I don't know if I can say it. It wasn't on video, but I remember getting you, if you remember the pack of R words. Do you remember?
Vaguely.
It was like I can't really describe it on a stream, but I remember that's like I think the hardest I've seen you laugh at something. That and yeah, I can't think of anything.
I can barely remember like the jokes we made 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Christ's sake.
Me either.
Yeah.
Why do we all have Alzheimer's?
I don't know. I'll say this. There are I'll say this for you, Dan. There's a lot of shit where I didn't like. You have little quips and videos where I don't realize at the time. Then I go to edit it, and it's like, oh, that was like a little clever thing there. Props to you, Dan. Okay, I put
Yeah.
your ego up too bad there. Fuck you, Dan.
We're so busy in the moment trying to talk to each other. Sometimes Dan just says something and no one realizes it.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Yeah. I
It's
know.
just you don't talk that much, Dan.
No. No, he doesn't. I do like Dan though, because you're kind of like you're the like me and Alex. I feel like we always have to have this dynamic where it's like balancing each other out. I'm trying to describe this as quick as I can, but like someone's being like ridiculous, saying stupid shit, and the other person's trying to play it straight. And I think Dan does a somewhat good job of like trying to, while me and Alex are being retards, like him trying to keep us like down. That's why I think me and Michael work so well together, is because we're like complete opposite.
Well, it's like the classic straight man thing. It's a
Yeah,
comedy.
straight
It's a
man.
comedy tenet.
Because I noticed that whenever it's like me, you, and Dan, Dan's the straight man. But when it's me and Alex alone,
I'm the straight man. I'm definitely
yeah,
straight man.
yeah. We need to, you know what? Someone please, like on the Reddit, make like those chaotic, neutral, lawful, good. Like make one of those charts, but for like our group.
Yes,
Some-
explain why Dan's chaotic evil.
I know. I'm gonna say this. I think Alex is probably chaotic neutral because he does a lot of things to like you do some things to fuck things up, but sometimes it will benefit us and sometimes it won't. If that makes sense.
My friends actually made me take like an alignment test,
Horizontal.
some sort of weird thing like that. Yeah, I'm diagonal. No, I actually
Oh.
got neutral,
Ooh.
like straight up neutral,
Really?
and I was only by a few points that it won out over lawful neutral.
That's okay. I would say that's true neutral in our group. Actually, either do that or do like a spectrum from on the left being like straight wholesome and on the right being like complete retard, like does stupid shit. And I want to
Stupid degenerate guy.
yeah, stupid degenerate guy. I'll say this: on the complete left is Steven, on the complete right is Zach. Everyone else is in the middle.
Yeah, like Austin is like in the middle between degenerate and neutral.
I do that because yeah, sometimes I have to be the straight man, but sometimes I'll have to be the stupid guy.
Dan's probably like a third of the way between wholesome and neutral.
Dan's such an interesting one because it's like, it's a hard nut to crack
He
with
doesn't
him.
say a lot of horrible things like we do.
Yeah, but he thinks them.
He thinks them. He just
I
does
can-
not say them.
I can read your mind. I know what you're thinking. Those children didn't deserve it, Dan.
But the sea otters, Alice.
Alice?
And how dare you reveal my real name?
I'm glad that Dan. I'm glad that Dan. I'm glad that Dan. You done? I hate this bit. I fucking hate this. But yeah, I wouldn't be interested to see how the fans label us though. Besides,
That'll be interesting.
yeah. And the winner gets 3 Tootsie Rolls.
And if you lose, you get tased again.
Yeah.
Again, call back to the beginning. We have to use this thing. We have it.
The last child who gets slain gets the big bottle of Sprite.
Our next question is from Josh Harding 229.
Oh.
How long can you pee, lol? We've actually talked about this earlier, where you pee for like way too long.
Yeah. Probably a couple minutes, I'd say.
Like surprisingly long. I never timed it,
I would feel like
but it's got to be like a minute.
I would say like like a minute to 2 minutes. I don't know because it's so weird because it feels like longer than it probably
It
is.
feels so long because you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
I suppose it depends on how much urine you have.
Yeah. I'll say this: my longest piss sessions have always been right when I wake up. It's always because you're up, you haven't gone for a while, and then you wake up.
No, mine are always like at like the end of the day.
Really?
Yeah.
It's always. Have you guys ever been like half asleep and then you have to like, and you're stumbling and you're getting just your piss everywhere?
No?
No. So
Oh.
it's sometimes when I like just get up, I try to piss, and then it's just I activate like 2 stream mode.
Oh, dude, 2 stream mode sucks, and that's the worst, and it just starts going everywhere, and you can't control it, and you're
Yeah,
just
you
like,
can't do anything about it, and you can't stop pissing because it'd be unpleasant, and you're too lazy to do anything about it because you're half asleep. You're just like, yeah, fuck it.
yeah. Can you guys stop your stream mid or stop your pee mid stream?
Yeah,
I can, because I know that's a thing where some people can, some people can't.
I can. I just choose not to.
Yeah, because when you do it, you just feel like it's just not. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it's just unpleasant.
Yeah.
Your body like rejects it. Like, what are you doing?
Mhm.
Stop.
Mhm.
That's way more conversation that question deserves.
Can I also say, is there nothing more awkward than using a urinal? Like when you're just standing there next to a person, that's like the most awkward thing in the world.
That's why we have the 1-3-5 rule.
The 1-3-5 rule. I mean, I'm gonna say this: if you're a man, and I mean, men know what this is. Women, we're not telling you because you don't deserve.
Women
to know.
don't know about it.
Women-
Men don't even tell each other about it.
No,
It's
no.
just
You just
absorbed.
know. But I'm gonna say this: if you violate, I had a teacher. There was a teacher at our high school who violated the 1-3-5 rule. I'm not gonna say their name. I might say it like after stream if you guys give a shit enough. But they consistently violated that rule, and that's like a very judge of character to me. That and like putting back the shopping carts, like that's a very like.
Dude, do you guys put back the shopping carts?
100%.
Yeah.
I always do.
Yeah, you better put back the fucking shopping carts. If you don't put back the shopping carts,
Mm-hmm.
you are a bad person.
I'm gonna say
Just
this.
flat out. I'm judging you. You're a bad person if you don't put back the shopping carts.
Because someone worked at a grocery store. You don't have to put it like 100% back. Like you don't have to put it into the other carts. Just put it there. Like, because then that just makes life so much easier. Like the people that just leave the carts like near the parking spot, whatever. Fuck those people.
Like you're saving yourself 10 seconds and causing so much issues for other people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next question
That's such a weird conversation. That just spawned off that.
from BJ Hard.
Nice.
Since you guys are doing a rebrand, I think it'd be a good idea at some point to do an official Q&A. I know you guys get a lot of redundant questions from viewers, and I think it would save you a lot of time if you just made an official one and pointed to that when the viewers ask basic questions.
First off, I thought you said, never mind. I thought you said rape brand. I was like, what?
No, rebrand.
Yeah, but that's actually a good idea. I think at some point during a podcast, I'll just assemble a shit ton of generic questions that we get a lot for one, and people would probably want to know, and just have a list, and we just go through and answer them, and then everyone's like, hey, like for example, how'd you guys meet? Here's a time code for it in this video. Go watch it. So you want to know.
Also that spot under our Twitch page we haven't updated yet.
I updated it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I put a schedule on there. I didn't put like an about. I mean, I don't think there's an about us section, maybe. Because I did just like a quick thing just to have there because the colors bugged me. Like we have schedules, donation, Twitter, and YouTube, but like, you know.
You could also put something there, but yeah, we could probably do that sometime.
I think yeah, and then because I know sometimes I have to take out questions for shit where it's like we've been asked this how many times. Like the big thing is like, oh, your favorite game. How did you guys meet? How did you guys meet? Is like the most the most repetitive question we ever get.
Yeah, we get that question a lot. It's always.
It's not that
Nice
interesting, by the way. But we'll do it in the video. And like I said, if someone asks that question, also, if someone asks that question, do a job like on Reddit or something. Link them to the video at the time code. That will help them. Help out your fellow your juicers or whatever we call them.
Your juice boys.
Yeah, your juice boys. Yeah, your juice boxes.
How about your fellow juice boys?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have one from Redacted.
Yeah, that was the guy with the, as I mentioned earlier.
This question will forever judge my opinion of you guys. What is the definitive best album of all time?
Am I the only one that could, like, have a legitimate answer to this?
Yeah, I can't answer this. I don't listen to normal people music.
In my opinion, probably Physical Graffiti.
Who's that by?
Led Zeppelin.
Oh, I see. They're pretty popular.
I mean, people say like Dark Side of the Moon's good.
Yeah, I hear that one a lot.
Dark Side of the Moon. I don't. There's some good songs on that. Metallica, Ride the Lightning, or actually probably Master of Puppets. What people would more say, because that's people's definitive. Like personally, me, I prefer Ride the Lightning, but I absolutely will say like Master of Puppets is probably a better album. And the Black, no, it's Black Album more so, but Master of Puppets and Ride the Lightning are the two big ones.
Any opinions on this, Dan? Because I got nothing.
No, not really.
I'll say two. Illmatic is up there.
Yeah, for future reference, I'm not very musically inclined, people.
I am.
Austin is exclusively.
Yeah. This is I would love just to have talks about music and stuff, but no one else knows.
Yeah, we just don't know anything about music or like wrestling or sports.
Yeah, I isolated myself so much. Please help.
I've done that too. Like, there's so many games I could talk about that no one has even heard of.
It's such a bad feeling, man. Because you just
Yeah.
have all this knowledge and no one to talk to about it.
But that's why I want to stream, so I can talk about it, and then people who know about it will find me playing the game, and then they can hear me talking about it.
If I at some point find someone to do it with, I would love to do like a wrestling podcast exclusive where I mean I could do it with Zach, but he has a child and stuff. He can't really has the time to do that shit. But I would 100% do something like that.
This is the best we're gonna get for now.
Yeah.
So Joshy Boy 378 says, "You mentioned a game suggestions page at some point, but never gave it to us. I'm posting this as a
Whoops.
suggestion to play one of the Just Dance games or do a karaoke night at some point. Very poggers."
Very poggers.
Dude, I don't know about you guys, but I can't dance and I can't sing.
I used to be able to sing, then I hit puberty.
Nice.
I mean, karaoke's not about being good. It's about having fun with your friends.
Yeah, I guess it is. I also don't know any songs.
They put the words in the bottom for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still don't know them.
We could do. There's a lot of good songs you could do, like "Say You'll Be There" by the Spice Girls.
I think that's like more of an in-person thing. Like, that reminds me, like, I want to do Ring Fit Adventure at some point. It'd be like that, where we have like a webcam set up. We have like a microphone that we all talk into, and then we're playing like Just Dance, and you get to watch us be bad at dancing.
Yeah. Every one of us is gonna suck at dancing, except for one person. But I think it still could be fun to do.
Can you dance, Dan?
I'd like to think so.
Ballerina.
Mm.
God, I can't imagine any of us are very good at dancing.
No.
It would be funny to point and laugh at us, though.
Mhm.
Because we're very much white men when it comes to dancing.
I could somewhat do the Slavic dance. Somewhat.
I can't dance at all.
I could
But
just
it could
do
be
that.
fun.
Yeah.
I think I've done karaoke like once.
I don't know, because I don't. The problem is with dancing too. I never tried it really, so I can't and I think that's a problem. Is like a lot of times where you just kind of. Well, the thing is with dancing though, you just kind of let the music guide you. You know.
I never really wanted to because I was very lazy.
I feel like, yeah. I feel like it
But
is.
I've become more active in recent years, and you want to know what I miss?
What?
Rock climbing. I don't know why, but god damn it, do I want to climb up like a wall? I don't know why.
Like an illegal
I just want
immigrant.
to do it. Here I go. I'm crossing the border. You can't stop me.
Have you considered building your own rock wall, Alex?
No, I have not, because I don't think I could do it very well. I'll probably kill myself.
There's.
Have you considered paying somebody to build your own rock wall?
I could probably do that if I had money.
I miss.
You can always pretend you have money.
I miss hockey. Playing hockey, a lot.
But at some point, I want to go rock climbing. This is not going to be a video unless we do those vlog things.
Yeah.
It's just I want to do it.
If we did vlog, we could do shit like that, where it's like we go rock climbing, or we do like a cooking thing or something like that.
Like, okay, this is like a callback to a couple years ago. But when we went back to camp, because you know the camp we went to when we were like 5th grade or whatever, and then we went back there like senior year
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well, I didn't do that, but
The rock wall they had there or whatever they called it, where like you're climbing up and you're also climbing across walls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was a lot of fun. I loved that. That was great.
That was fun, but the problem is I had a thing where like the girl or whatever didn't like put like set me up right, and I tripped and I fell and it just it righted right up on me, and it was not a very good feeling. Let's just say that. And I have a very bad memory of just like never mind. Yeah.
I want to do that again because for some reason I'm a kind of physically active person.
Yep.
I just want to do sports again, please. I want to be able to throw the big skin around, call some
Basically,
plays.
we all going outside and doing things.
Mm-hmm.
So, James Krentler would like to say, what capture card do you guys use when you record your stuff? I'm looking to maybe get into YouTube and Twitch scene myself, and I want to compare to see where I should be at.
Elgato Game Capture HD 60 FPS is what I use for most consoles, and then when we do retro consoles, I use the non-HD Elgato, or there's two Elgato HDs for the old consoles like PS2 and stuff like that. You can't hook it up to the newer one, so I use the older version of it. But then if you want to use like Xbox or something like that, just use the newer HD one. Yeah.
You have to ask Austin about that because he does the capture cards.
Yeah, and it's not. Yeah, capture cards are. I just say Elgato because the whole thing was what was it back in the day? The Hot Pog or something like that. But yeah, it's just simple because all you need is like just an HDMI cable and stuff. But I do recommend, which we don't do, which is probably not good. If you're going to do capturing card, you should have like a computer that's just for like capturing and shit and doing that. But I mean, that's more of like a professional thing. That's not something. If you're just starting out, just get like.
Yeah, we're certainly not professionals.
Yeah.
All right, Sweetie Braun.
Oh my.
If you were to get a video game tattoo, what would you get and where would it be?
I actually thought about this. I want to get the BioShock tattoo, like on the wrist.
Pretty good answer.
Yeah. It's just the only thing is on your wrist it's not going to be, great to get, but it'd be cool looking. What about you guys?
Tough question.
It is a tough question. Interesting one, though.
I feel like I had an answer to this, but I've forgotten it.
Maybe I'd get the creeper face on one of my shoulders.
Creeper. Aw, man.
Mm-hmm.
I would never get this done. It's not very video game related, but I think like the sound wave pattern on like your chest from Transformers would be cool. But I wouldn't get that
Classic.
done because that would be expensive and pain in the ass to do. Alex, did you say yours, or you don't know?
No, I don't have a very good answer for this.
You would get Dante from Devil May Cry on your ass cheek.
Oh, definitely, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The best I can come up with now is maybe one of those cringy normies who get like the Triforce tattooed somewhere on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the best I have for now. I had a better answer, but I've forgotten it.
Mm-hmm. Oh well.
Because I think about stuff like this sometimes, and I just forget it.
I feel like I thought about this too, and then it's just like, oh yeah, and then you just forget about it.
So I have a better answer, just I've forgotten it.
Mm-hmm. Call back later.
Yes.
We'll probably say it on a show or something like that at some point in a random.
We'll probably get asked this again and have a better answer, or probably have an even worse one.
Yeah.
So Zach, certified huge gaming dick.
That's fake news.
Nah, it seems pretty real to me. I'm reading it right now.
I don't believe him.
Simple question. You're vibing at the club when you see someone famous and they want to dance with you, but you need to make the most of it. Who is the person and what song do you pick?
I have an answer, but I'll let you guys go first. Go on.
Nicolas Cage and Rick Astley's Together Forever.
Ooh.
Party Rockers.
With who? Are you gonna party with LMFAO?
No, the song Party Rockers, in the house tonight.
Yeah, but who?
But with who? with the Party Rockers.
Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say like a woman there, but hey, I mean that works.
I had a stroke. Okay.
I mean, those are pretty good picks.
I would say, Everybody Rock Your Body, Backstreet Boys, with specifically prime Mariah Carey, like early to mid '90s when she was like really really hot. Coomer.
I mean, I just wanted to pick a Rick Astley song, but not like the meme.
I would dance with Tommy Lee Jones to Wings of Change by the Scorpions.
Like, I just want to say that, like, I've met Nicolas Cage.
I have a fear at some point it's all gonna come back, and we're gonna meet him in real life. I'm also kind of disappointed we kind of like let go of the Nick Cage meme. Like that was very integral. I think that's what's making a comeback.
There's always time when we get back into movies.
2020. That's why 2020 has been shit, because we haven't had enough Nick Cage involved.
Yeah, like how many Nicolas Cage movies have there been this year?
Oh,
Not enough. That's why the world's been thrown out of balance.
Yeah. We seriously, we need to do movie night soon.
But don't worry. Stay Shower 54 has something to say.
Oh, what is it?
Something I hear a lot with YouTubers and such is the content burnout. Do you guys feel at any point that the channel has become more of a burden than something that you guys want to do? Because part of me wonders if that's why there was such a big hiatus. Yes.
I wouldn't say for me personally. I just kind of, for me at least, for a lot of time, it was just like, I want to do stuff. I'll ask them tomorrow to do stuff. And it was just kind of like perpetually that.
It's more so procrastination, but sometimes just like, I don't really want to do this.
I think there was a bit there where it was just like, I don't really want to do this, but like
especially when we started this whole new streaming thing, like 3 times a week, like, man, did I just not want to do it.
I think there was, especially on the early podcast, where I'd just be like, I don't want to fucking do this podcast right now. But I think now, for most part, when we do streams, I'm looking forward to it. It's
I'm starting to get in the mood, like, instead of being like, oh man, I have to stream, it's Thursday. It's like, oh boy, it's Thursday, I get to stream Pikmin.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh god, I have to be entertaining.
Yeah. I'll say this too, at least in my opinion. I think streams, when we start off, we do start off a little bit dry. It takes us a bit to kind of get into the groove of things. But
yeah,
what works is, like, I edit a lot of that shit out. Like, Left 4 Dead stream, and I think in the future for a lot of our YouTube content, Twitch is going to be the raw, uncut, just us playing, having fun, chilling. YouTube is going to be, like, fast editing, like, real intense, a lot of fast, quick edits, nothing just but, like, funny parts and stuff like that for, like, the YouTube people. And then if you want, like, the full picture, just sit and chill, watch us play games, you come to Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I was going to say something, but I forgot.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. But, fun times. You're fun, Dane. Anyway. What was the... Did we answer the question? I can't remember.
Why would... part of me wonders if that's why there was such a big hiatus.
Part of it, but I feel like a majority of it was we just didn't do shit.
Yeah.
We were really bad at, like, scheduling stuff. And, I said this before, but we're going to do a lot of, like, in-person stuff, but, can't really do
now,
it.
It's not much better, because I feel like the scheduling is just me yelling at people.
Yeah.
Someone has to.
But I'll say this, we're doing something. It's better.
I think that was the problem, is none of us would just be like the guy who has the backbone who would just yell at people like, okay, we need to do things.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really want to be that guy, but I feel like I have to be that guy, because otherwise no one else is going to do it.
I mean, I could do it at least somewhat.
Like, I have to be the guy like, okay, we need to stream consistently at these times.
Yeah, stream consistently at these times.
Stop being like lazy cuckolds. And I don't want to be like that guy because it's like mean, but
someone
someone has to.
Yeah.
Because we're all kind of lazy people, no offense.
No, I mean that's just and plus I'm doing actual shit with the YouTube where like Alex is I think that kind of works out where like Alex, you're organizing a lot of the Twitch shit while I take care of like YouTube and uploading that.
I've actually been interested in live streaming for like a couple years.
Yeah, it's interesting to do.
This is just sort of like an experiment for me to see if I can get into it. And
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean, I like doing it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I just don't think I'm entertaining. So I'm working on that.
That is part of like the thing is I always feel like we're not entertaining enough, but I think it's just the best like advice I think I received from this is just be natural and do what you want to do, and there will people that will find that interesting.
Yeah.
As weird as it is, people will find it interesting, and obviously, like I said, there's a fucking audience for us. It's not like a big audience, but hey.
So yeah, when I stream like by myself, I'm gonna try to and even now I'm just like pushing off like, oh, this is terrible. It's not entertaining at all. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, because I feel like that makes it worse. It like if you're just like naturally going in and just talking and just being yourself, I think that's when the best shit comes out. But if you're like trying too hard to be funny, I think that kind of. Because like I'm gonna be honest, I think this podcast was pretty good because it was just like us bullshitting.
Yeah. So Marge Sop. It's spelled just as confusing as it sounds.
Probably European. Cringe.
Has a question to bring us back on the light note. What is a completely useless and stupid talent that you wish you had? I have an immediate answer.
Riding a unicycle.
That's a good one. But I've always, like, some people can like wiggle their eyebrows. Like they have like a lot of control of wiggling their eyebrows. I just wish I could do something like that.
I can't wiggle my eyebrows, but I can do like the Rock eyebrow where he just lifts one eyebrow.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of lift one eyebrow, but I don't know.
I'm not even joking. I used to not be able to, but I would literally for like just stand in front of the mirror and hold my eyebrow up, and then eventually I just could do it.
That's a lot of people get like stupid weird talents.
Yeah. I was just like, I want to do this, so I just forced myself to be able to do it.
That's how I have the weird talent where I have a surprising amount of control over my big toe, and I can like grab things with my feet.
Ooh.
So like, I just wanted to do it, now I can.
Now I'm gonna say this right now, Alex. You can make a lot of money off of stuff like that.
I could make a lot of money.
Dude, I'm gonna say this. One thing I wish I was really good at. I wish I would have stuck with art because the amount of money you can make off of like Rule 34 shit is ridiculous.
That's also something I'd like to do is art, but it's gonna sound like I'm bragging hardcore when I say this, but like,
yeah,
like I'm working out, I'm like eating healthier, I'm studying a different language, I'm studying like in college, I'm doing video recording now.
I fucked the entire cheerleading scheme. I'm basically the coolest guy in school. I drive a Camaro. I feel
like I want to do all these things, but I just don't think I have enough time to do all these things. Like, I also want to do like art and drawing, but
I used to be really good at art and drawing, but then I stopped because I thought, well, I'm not good at drawing like realistic humans. But then I realized like that's not the point really of art. It's just like you find your own style of cartoon and then do it.
Yeah, I always saw you as like the best at art in our group.
Yeah, that's why one of the things too. I want to get back into it and start drawing because I could do like custom thumbnails and shit.
Or you can do art streams.
Yeah.
On your own, like learning to draw with Austin.
Yeah. I can teach shading. Shading's a fun.
And then the people like over the years that you're doing can like see, oh, here he is at the beginning, but now he's drawing like lewd anime girls. Amazing.
I'm not even joking. I actually did that at some point when like I remember my computer broke, so I was just like I had no.
Yep, nothing. I remember this story.
Yeah. So I would literally just draw it myself, and I'm just like, fuck it. But yeah, I
would try with double jointed.
Actually, yeah,
but only in my right arm.
Why?
I just want to be able to like to bend it backwards, like past. Instead of making.
I want to bend it like Beckham.
That's always something you can do to freak people out. Like if you don't know they're double jointed, they just suddenly bend their arm weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like that's never happened to me, but I can imagine that's like holy. Like what?
Like those. What's that word for people that can just like like make themselves like contortionists, I think it is,
Contortionist.
or contortionists. Yeah, those people are like,
Like
Jesus.
that guy who can fit in like a very small box. I
Yeah.
can't remember the exact size, but it's like a tiny box.
My favorite.
Yeah.
And he's like all folded up, and his legs are like crossing over his head, and his chest like is a C shape.
My favorite thing about that is I see like Q&As about that, and with like without fail, every time the first question is, "Can you suck your own dick?" That's my favorite thing.
It's an
Have they
important
answered?
question.
Mm-hmm. It's it. You know, I got a question for you then. If you could, would you?
I
No.
feel like I'd do it to prove I can.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause that's a lot of like what I do is I do something to prove I'm capable of performing it.
I feel like
Like that's why you commit tax fraud.
Yes.
I feel like I feel like it'd just be one of those things just to do it, just to be like, oh, I can do it. Because I mean, everyone has tried it at some point.
Just to assert dominance, like, oh, you can't?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it would solve a lot of issues.
It would solve a lot of issues. Women would become obsolete.
Nah, babe, I got myself.
I got my girlfriend, it's me.
My girlfriend is me. That would be a power move if someone just says that and just starts doing it in front of you without like warning. Hey, bro.
Rip off pants, immediately erect, just fucking contort.
That would.
Oh,
That's a power move right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think I'd be able to like take it. Like it's such strong energy.
I feel confused. Like, do I have to do it to you two? Like, or what? Like, what is the? I just be confused, and just feel like I'm an inferior being at that point.
Like my genetics weren't good enough. Look at that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, it's just
What's our
amazing.
next question?
Dan,
Well, I just farted a big old stinker.
nice.
And the question is, if you were able to go back in time and live out any era in history, which one would you choose? And also, before you argue the semantics, let's just say that the conditions are altered to where you could do such a thing.
Do you mean? What do they mean? Like, if
Where you
you're-
are capable of going back in time and living in a different era without,
like, oh, like if you go back in
without destroying
time,
the universe.
like if you go back in time, you'd kill everyone because of
Yeah,
the whole.
without destroying the
Yeah.
universe, you can go back in time and live somewhere.
Okay, so yeah, it's just like everything's okay. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm trying to think. What do you think?
I mean, it's a pretty tough question, but I don't know. I have a strong feeling.
Mm,
I don't know why my brain said this, but it just literally just said 1950s.
mm.
I think it'd be cool to see Egypt in its heyday.
I feel like actually, I think Rome would be cool, like ancient Rome.
You right.
Oh, that reminds me. It's a bit off topic, but Dan, at some point, me and you need to do like an Austin and Dan's history corner where we just talk about things in history.
Okay.
That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
you guys should definitely do that without me, because I'm very bad at history.
Dude, let's talk about how World War One is and how everyone talks about World War Two, but World War One's way more interesting because of how fucked up it is and how it has like way less meaning and clearly defined lines between it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. Don't ask me about history. I can barely remember the dates of things.
In 1942, Columbus drank a Red Bull. I think that's what it means.
Yeah,
More or less.
that's what happened. That's the history of Canada.
Yeah. Thank you for coming to our TikTok.
So, David Giant Red Nose. I recognize that name.
Yeah, he's an old. Oh, he's been around for how long now?
Yes.
Christ.
Shout out to David.
Yeah,
It's cool to see streams happening a lot more now, even though I'm not able to see them live. I'm curious if there will be unedited versions of the streams, if someone would want to watch that. I'm also curious if at any point there will be incentive streams, where you do stuff that relates more to the audience that is there live to watch the stream. That would be cool.
Yeah, we just dangle some raw meat out for the audience.
I think we could. The answer is yes to both. As far as unedited streams, I'll probably put up VODs and unlisted VODs in a playlist, and you can just go through and watch whatever ones you want. As far as incentive stuff, I think that could be a cool thing to do. Like,
Or maybe have like a robot juice, maybe robot juice, raw juice.
yeah, oh, that could be a good thing that you have like the raw juice. I don't
And
know.
then it's just
I mean, you guys could watch it, but I don't understand why you would, because it's not.
There's an appeal to watching like full streams.
I guess
I
so.
sometimes do that. I go back and I watch a stream I missed from someone.
But I mean, I guess that's true. I guess the idea too is kind of seeing, what's behind the curtains a bit, too.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I see now.
Also, for the second part with the incentive streams, we need to first have like a larger live audience because we usually get like 1 to 4-ish people.
Yeah, it depends on what it is. Once we get like a decent audience, I think, and people, not even just like a large audience, just a couple regular chatters, I think.
Like 4 or 5 regular chatters, maybe like 6 other people.
Yeah. And then as we like grow bigger, I think we'll do stuff like, oh, at this stream we'll be doing some, I don't know what we would do in specific, but there could be stuff to do.
I don't think it's ever going to be like monetary incentive.
No. It will just be like almost like a Twitch plays Pokemon type thing where you guys decide what we do type thing. I think that could be really interesting. Like you decide exactly how we play the game. That would
Like,
be
oh,
interesting.
here, we're playing a game here. Do you want us to, like, I don't know, something like, just for example, like Mass Effect. Like, oh, what class should we play?
What class, what dialogue do we select?
Are we gonna be like good boy or evil boy?
Mm-hmm.
Do we kill this man or love him?
Do we make
Yes.
love to him? That's
That's gonna be a future thing. That's not right now.
not right now. Yeah. Because I think, too, a lot of the people watch on YouTube more so than Twitch. But if you come to our Twitch channel, come to our Twitch channel, you motherfuckers. We're sitting here.
Yep.
Wait, you're sitting?
No,
Every week,
I'm
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, Tuesday's podcast. And then Wednesdays and Saturdays we have playthroughs, with Saturdays most often being a co-op.
Thursdays.
Or Thursdays. Thursdays being like a playthrough type single player. And then Saturdays we'll do like maybe co-op multiplayer type shit. Or like more fun type, You know what I mean.
See us streaming on other days, it's probably a spontaneous stream that only one of us is doing.
Only one of us is doing, or two or three of us are like, hey, we want to do this thing. That could happen.
And our last question is from True Ugandan Warrior. Please show your dick on stream. Thank you.
I mean, I would, but we'd get banned.
Yeah, if we could, but we can't.
I'm not even joking with that. If we could, I wouldn't give a fuck. I would just do it. Like, who cares?
Unfortunately, Twitch terms of service is cucking us all yet again.
I mean, there's ChatterBait, but you can't play games on that.
Not yet.
It's like you either get the games or you get the dick. Pick your poison. Yeah. We've gone for 2 hours, by the way, on this podcast. I just want to make a point of that.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
This was fun. This was very fun.
That's the last of our questions. So does anyone have any ending comments?
I think, and then people pay attention, because I think in the next week we might do, like I said, about us talking about the whole childhood shows and nostalgia type thing, but also look out for a podcast where we do Q&A. I will probably just get a bunch of, like, a large list of questions from, like, generic stuff, and we will just answer them. And then if there's more stuff, we'll do another one at some point. You know the deal. Come on. What about you two? Oh,
Do you have anything, Dan?
What are your guys' stance on the end pieces of bread? Do you eat them?
No,
Yes.
They're disgusting. Fuck you.
Stop wasting food.
Fuck you.
They're perfectly fine.
They are not.
They are absolutely fine.
If I eat it, it will give me autism. You can't.
Listen, man, it's just extra crust. It's fine. They're a little bit thin in some places, but the crust gives it more flavor and texture.
I don't trust it. You can't convince me.
Oh, listen, do you suck your dick circumcised or uncircumcised?
Both. At the same time.
See? It's the same thing.
God
It's just
damn
got a little extra skin on it.
I feel like we literally just did that bit again. Like, I having deja vu. I could be wrong though, but
We've probably done that before.
that's just a theory.
It's dumb enough that we have.
Yeah. Speaking of which, next week we have Matt Pat on the show. I don't know why I said that. That's not even close to true. I just
It'd
straight
be
up
very weird. Is that the one where he's gonna make his like anti-Semitic theories we were talking about last week?
His anti-Semitic theory. He's gonna talk about how we should join Antifa and stuff like that.
Listen, I have a theory. It's about a system where everyone gets equal pay.
I'm just saying,
a theory.
Capitalism has failed us, but that's just a theory.
A conflict theory. That's a sociology joke.
Oh, sociology. Interesting.
I don't really have much in the way of ending comments.
Yeah, just be here next week.
Yeah, if you can find us YouTube, Robot Juice, Twitch, Robot Juice, probably on the Twitch if you're watching this live.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what our Twitter is.
Robot_Juice. I'm pretty sure. I will. If I'm wrong, look in the description. It'll be down there. My Twitter's Unflavored Chips. All my social media is Unflavored Chips. If you just want to follow me on that. Alex doesn't have social media. Dan.
And I should specify Austin's has a YouTube that's Unflavored Chips, and you can find videos there.
You can find videos there, and I'll probably be uploading wrestling shit in the near future if you're interested.
Yeah, just to specify so people know there are videos.
I'm putting that pill right on the table. You can take the black pill if you want.
Yeah, it's right there.
Right there. Take it. Come on.
All right, Dan, this is where you shield your YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I have one of those.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're not telling you what it is. You have to find it. It's like the Zodiac Killer. Once you find Dan's YouTube channel, you will also find the Zodiac Killer. Now, take that as you will. Or am I...
We're not saying Dan is the Zodiac Killer. We're just saying that once you find his YouTube channel, we will find the Zodiac Killer.
We're just saying it's a bit coincidental. I mean, read into it you want, you know. It is what it is. You know? Okay. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Also, don't...
Are we not going to let him actually...
No.
Say it?
No, we're not. Hey, Dan, what's that behind you?